My ghost gun broke, and I don't know what to do. This is Alan with Quarter Horse Arms in Snowcamp, North Carolina, and let's talk about gun repairs that involve ghost guns, or as the ATF now refers to them as privately made firearms. Unless you have a new one, odds are, and this is since August of 2022, so if you have an older model than August, or one that predates August, probably doesn't have a serial number on it. It may not even have any identifying marks on it at all. And it's a true ghost gun. Well, if it's one of those, whether it's, a handgun or a rifle or whatever, and it broke, I'd like to think that since you made the dopey thing, you should know how to fix the dopey thing. But, if you don't, you need to bring it to someone that does know how to fix it. So, somebody like me, for example. But there's a problem. The ATF is gotten very strict, is stricter than it has been about ghost guns or privately made firearms. You bring your gun in because it's broken, and there's no serial number, and it has to spend the night. It has to be serialized before it can even be returned to you. And the serial number is usually a combination of the gun dealer's federal firearms license number and some other unique identifier. So might say, 11102 and then some other number. But regardless of that, so you're going to go, I don't need this thing serialized. And quite frankly, I don't blame you. So how do you avoid this? Well, number one, you get it back the same day you brought it in. But, if you're not sure what the problem is and you brought it in, you should probably stick around with the gun dealer or the gunsmith or the manufacturing gun dealer. Like me. I have to put that plug in. And figure out what the problem is. And a lot of times, I'm going to guess it's going to be the part that no one ever thought would break. And let's assume for a second that the place you brought it does not have the part. At that point, I would not leave the gun. I would take it with me back home. Not meaning me, but if it's your gun, you take it back home. And when the part comes in, let the gun dealer get in touch with you and then fix it right then. That's the easy way to avoid that problem. The easier way is buy the part yourself and fix it yourself. Now, with a gun dealer, you pick it up the same day. I was only partially accurate with that. And I'll emphasize, if you pick up your gun, there's absolutely no paperwork involved. However, let's say you couldn't make it and asked your significant other to pick it up for you, which is legal. It has to be serialized at that point, and it has to be entered into my acquisitions and disposition book, my A&D book, and then a 4473 has to be filled out. So, words of wisdom from Alan: if you can't fix the gun yourself, bring it to a gun dealer or a gunsmith, have them figure out with you what's wrong, then order the part and bring the gun back when the part is in. And you want to make sure you don't leave it overnight, because it's not even an issue of overnight. So let's say you brought it in, I didn't have the part, I had it overnight expressed. At your expense, of course, but I had it shipped out ultra fast, overnight FedEx or UPS. And it sat there, and I fix it the next day as soon as the part comes in. I can't give it back to you until a serial number has been put on it. So please, 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 don't leave an unserialized firearm with a gun dealer or gunsmith overnight. They're going to maybe not do such a neat job putting a serial number onto the gun. And because, for example, it will have a part of my federal firearms license number on it, if the gun is recovered somewhere, they'll come right back to me and say, yeah, this is a privately made firearm and it's got your serialization on it. We want to know who it came from. At which point, I'll have to dig through my book and find out who you are. So if you're looking for anonymity, don't leave an unserialized gun overnight. Not just overnight, but for any length of time other than same day. And if you are leaving it same day, make sure that you are the one picking it up to avoid having to go through all this garbage. So let's say, for example, final thing is overnight, the part comes in, I fix it the next day. You can't pick it up until after I've put a serial number on it, which sucks. Especially if you've ever seen my handwriting and I'm using a scribe or an engraver for that. So at some point, maybe I should just, bite the bullet and put a laser engraver in. Okay. If you have any more questions about gunsmithing a ghost gun, give us a call at 919-808-6480, and that you can text that as well. You can email us at info@quarterhorsearms.com. The website is quarterhorsearms.com, and as always, this is Alan with Quarter Horse Arms in Snow Camp, North Carolina. Be safe out there. Have a great day.